Hi guys. So we are going to be doing another reading today. I did pull an animal card. Whoa. And we got the Nightingale. So for a lot of you guys, this has, in my opinion, birds always signify wisdom, they signify knowledge, they also signify messages. And so for a lot of you guys, there's something here that I feel like you need to talk, that you need to speak. There's something here that you need to communicate. And I feel like for some of you guys, whether this is you or somebody that you know, but that is what I'm getting currently, that there is. And this almost feels like needing to become more authentic. So let's get kind of a clarifier here for that Nightingale. Seduction. Okay. Somebody wants to come in and tell you something, like a truth about something. This person can feel like they're not enough for this situation, but they're gonna take their shot anyway. I feel like this individual feels kind of like they're not unique enough for you, like they're not enough for you. Like maybe they find you to be super special and super unique, and they want to like seduce you. They want to ask you out on a date. This is somebody that is currently around you guys. Somebody that wants to flirt with you, that wants to be a part of a situation with you. I feel like they want to talk to you. But there is also something that could be holding this person back from doing it. Lost in my head over this. Overthinking. Do you think of me? Question. This person is curious. They feel like you don't think about them. That's really what it comes down to, because it was in the reverse. And I do feel like they question that, like, oh, do they even think about me? But a part of them is like, they probably don't even think about me. It's like they talk so negatively. They have negative self-talk towards themselves. And this is what is slowing this person down. I suppress my feelings. Don't take it personally. This person watches your social media. You are somebody's reason to smile. So this person, you make this person smile, but you make this person feel good in your presence. What feels like the end is often the beginning. So maybe this person feels like you guys are done. Maybe you guys don't talk. Maybe you guys don't see each other anymore. And so this person, and I don't think you've dated this person. I don't think you've dated this person, because I feel like this person feels like they've missed their window or their chance or their opportunity. And I feel like this person doesn't realize that sometimes endings are disguised as new beginnings. So it's like this person is... it's like this person doesn't know how to communicate with you. They are fixated on watching you though. And it's like this person wants to openly be honest and communicate with you, but their problem is they feel like if they were to be completely 100% honest with you and to tell you their whole feelings, they're afraid that it would be like this person, I think this is an issue with this individual, is that they have felt like they have been too much for people their whole life. So when this person shows up and shows out, it's like it's almost too much. It's like over the top. If this person tries to do a romantic gesture, it's almost too over the top, to where the person that they do the romantic gesture to, they almost want to instantaneously reject it, mostly because one, it's like they themselves feel like they're not worthy of it, and two, they almost feel like it's almost done over the top so that you would like, it feels almost like a stipulation to it. Like this person feels like they have to be one way, or they have to be a certain way to be loved, or in order to be perceived. And it's like, it comes, people feel that it like rubs off on people in the wrong way. And I feel like this person, it leaves this individual feeling devastated. It leaves this person feeling like they're not loved, seen, or accepted. And I feel like this person, when they come towards you, it's like they're consciously aware of that. So this person feels like, because they are consciously aware of that, they are afraid that they're going to become too much for you. And this person, they get jealous, they get envious very easily when it comes to other people, because they've dealt with a lot of people being very combative towards this individual, to where now they keep themselves protected. They want to protect themselves. So this person, they maybe are good with words. Maybe they know what to say to people, but when it comes to you, they can get tripped up. Maybe this individual feels like if they were to fully be 100% authentic and expressing themselves to you, that you would instantaneously reject them. Like as if they feel like if they were to come forward and express themselves to you in any way, shape, or form, it feels like this person feels as though they would be rejected, that they would be turned down, that this person feels like they would not be seen for who they're supposed to be. Like this individual has so much fear about how you would perceive them, that it's slowing this person down. We have Aries, Gemini, and Chiron. So this person is working on healing themselves. I feel like this individual is actually talking to somebody. This feels like somebody who's kind of coaching them out of something. So this person is asking somebody, because I feel like, okay, so this person, they really, really, really like you, like a lot. Like so much so that I feel like this person is putting too much pressure on themselves. And this feels like a deep wound, a deep trigger. Maybe you hit something, like a deep trigger of theirs. This person, I feel like they want to change. And I'm not this type of, here's the thing, I don't ever want to, like, use your discernment. Like if you know this person's abusive, or you know that this person, is not healthy or good for you, then obviously don't put yourself in a situation where it's not good for you. I never want to give people false hope that somebody will change, but what I'm getting is that this person wants to change too. They want to just change, not just for you, but you're dealing with somebody who wants to change for themselves. They want to change for the people around them. This person wants to change for who they are. Like this individual wants to evolve. And I feel like you're somebody that gives this person a reason to smile. You give this person hope. You give this person peace. You give this person some form of comfort. And it's like this person wants to date you. This person wants to go out with you. And I feel like this person is working on themselves. But I almost get the impression that this person doesn't know where to start. It's like this person is seeking out somebody that's a master at relationships, but what they don't realize is that every single pain, every single thing that they have gone through. This person, whoever this individual is, they have gone through so much that it's almost like the person that they're asking for the advice on can't even truly help them, because what's going on is that this person um, is actually like they themselves, this person who has a crush on you, okay? They have gone through so much in a relationship, and I think this has been multiple relationships, that they don't realize that they're looking for a master, they're looking for a teacher, but what they don't realize is they're seeking external validation, they're seeking external advice, but they themselves are the sage, or they themselves have gone through so much turmoil and so much disappointment that they now know the red flags. They now know what to do and what not to do. They now started to see things from a different perspective. However, this person has in their mind still that they are almost still a victim. Like they themselves feel like they don't have control, like they don't know what they're doing wrong, like this person. And it's not that they don't want to take the accountability per se, but it's that this person doesn't know how to grow out of this situation. So does it feel. It's almost like this person feels like they don't have that clarity, but they do. It's like they're playing a trick on themselves, because whoever this person is, they are capable of sustaining a real relationship. They've had enough failed relationships to know what not to do, and they are no longer in that type of mindset. So I feel like what this person is going through is like the ending of a belief system, or an ending of a cycle. So that is something that this individual is kind of going into, and I feel like this person, it's like this person feels very seduced by you. They feel very intrigued by you. They feel very, it's like this person just really wants to get close to you. So I just got done with this reading, and I also had Aries and Gemini, and it's the same continuous message. So I just barely did a reading before this reading, and it's seriously the same message. The only difference is it feels like almost like I said, a continuation. This Aries person, whoever this Gemini is that's asking this Aries for advice, this Aries hasn't gone through half of the stuff that this Gemini has. So it's like this Gemini doesn't even realize that it's like a master asking a student a question, but the student hasn't gone through the experience enough to be able to truly give them a true answer. So it's leaving the master frustrated, because it's almost like the master doesn't realize that they're the one that actually has the answer all along, and that they're actually the one that's smarter or is more equipped than the person that they're asking the advice on, because they've gone through the turmoil, and because they've gone through the amount of frustration. And it's like this Gemini felt lost the majority of the time that they've been in connections with people, and this has guided them to learning things about themselves, right? Like I feel like this Gemini has gone through a lot, to the point where now they question themselves so much in relationships that they're like gaslighting themselves. It's like the lack of trust in themselves is no longer there. Mostly because this person feels like they can't trust themselves because they've had too many failed connections. And it's like if this person would have taken the time to stop themselves, to really acknowledge, then they would come to the realization that even the past relationships that failed they still had positivity in it. They still came with lessons, but they also came with blessings. Even though the situation maybe passed this person by, maybe they didn't get, it's almost like this person needs to relearn the lesson that they have became a whole new person. It's like each failed relationship has gotten them closer to figuring out who they really are, because they would do things and then they would be like, well, why would I do that? Why did this person do that? Why did this? Why did that? And they started questioning. But then what happened is they started questioning too much. And then they started overthinking things too much. And they started reading into things too much. And then they started thinking about, why did this person do this? What were they thinking? And then next thing you know, it's like this person started fixating on things that weren't even their business. That wasn't even anything that would, whether or not that person was to do or think that way, would not have had any true impact on them. But they would fixate on it. And that's this Gemini. And it's just because that is the way that they have controlled their environment when they were a child. So this person I feel like has, almost feels as though they have to know, it's like this individual, the way that they've lived their life is that they had to have been 10 steps ahead of their parent, because their parent was so chaotic that if they were to able to think ahead or plan ahead, or know their escape routes, then they'll be safe. This is the type of individual that was very flighty as a kid because they had to know how to get out of Dodge. So it's really sad. It's really unfortunate. And I feel like this person, they're a good person, and I feel like they just don't know. It's like they're afraid that they're going to mess up this connection with you, and they think that you deserve better than that. So that's why they haven't came forward or put in work yet, because they feel like if they think they need to hold back or pull back, because they're afraid that, again, there's something about them not being enough. But I know that this person is going to kind of overcome it, mostly because I feel like this is somebody that they do eventually come forward, mostly because this individual, yes, they talk about stuff, and this person might talk about something or ruminate on something, but over a period of time, eventually they do take physical action. But sometimes they get into a cycle where they might ruminate or talk about something way too much for way too long, and then it takes them way to the point where they end up either losing momentum and never do it, or they do end up taking the actions, but it takes them a little bit longer because they've ruminated for so long that they have an image of how they think it needs to be. So this person could be a little bit of a perfectionist, but this person sees a actual real relationship with you. This person actually sees a real connection with you, and this person actually does want something with you. So I feel like this individual is going to take their time before actually coming forward, because they don't want to just rush into a connection when they're not ready and fizzle it out way too quickly, and then there's like no chance of getting back together. So this person, they are slowly but surely gonna try and get out of their own way. I feel like this person's aware that they do this stuff. So it's like a touch and a go and a touch and a go. I feel like this person, it's like they're gonna communicate and then they kind of pull themselves back, and then they reevaluate, and then they're gonna do something and then they pull themselves back and then they reevaluate. And then all of a sudden this person will be like, okay, I'm gonna text this person, and then they're about to do it, and then they're like, wait, what if I don't have a gift? I need to have a gift. And then they're like, okay, I'm gonna buy a gift first. And then they wait, and then they're looking around forever, and then they finally, after like a week or two, they finally get a gift. And then now after they get a gift, they're like, okay, now let's message this person. And then they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna be like, wait, what if it's not this, or what if it can't be like that? And then they're gonna try and tweak that. So it's like this person, literally, I kid you not, it's like they're gonna come forward and talk to you, and then they pull themselves back because they get distracted, because, like, let's say if they have a kid, that something happens, and then they're like, oh well, I gotta focus on this. And then they'll be like, then it'll be like, yeah, like that thing, like, oh, I gotta get a gift, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do that. And then it's like they start going into these little things, because it's like they themselves, they're trying to distract themselves from the bigger situation, because they do not want to be rejected, and they do not want to feel like they're not good enough. So this person is trying to like overly estimate the situation before coming towards you and talking to you. So I feel like this person, they are kind of going in between and in and out states of how they view you and how they view the situation. And I feel like this person is just overly thinking about it, and it's like again, it's so funny. It's like they don't realize the power that they have. They don't realize how you feel. This person maybe has a hard time reading you. And so maybe when they go and they ask for advice, it's like they're kind of hoping that somebody would give them good enough advice that this will help them kind of be able to get a clarity or epiphany, but they're not getting it. And so they're getting really frustrated, but they're not realizing that they themselves just have to trust themselves, that they actually know what it is that they're doing. It's like you've been in relationships so many times that you now know what to expect. You now it's not even what to expect. Like it's not a negative thing. This person, like I said, has had so many failed relationships that they feel like they're so doomed, that they feel like they're not good at relationships, that this person, that's why they're asking the advice, right? They're like, I'm bad at relationships. I need your advice. But what this person doesn't understand is that because they've had so many bad failed relationships, they are much wiser now, and they are much more capable now of actually sustaining relationships than they once prior did, because they've evolved from this and they've gotten better. They're more mature now. But the problem that this person has is it's like they have in a sense matured, but there's a part of them that feels like it's like it's like if they would just be themselves, then they wouldn't be experiencing so much overthinking. But they feel like they have to do that because they feel like they themselves are not enough. So it's like this vicious cycle. But I feel like this person, they want to come and talk to you, and I feel like they are coming into the direction, but what they're experiencing is they're holding back a lot. But it's also like I almost get the feeling too that this person is kind of afraid of what other people will think too. Um, so this person might be feeling like, I don't know if this connection is taboo in some way. I don't know if this person feels like, that you guys are two different types of people, but this person, they just have really positive feelings towards you, and they just don't know how to express it. So for them, they have this fear, and it's like this person doesn't like the idea of thinking about you talking to other people. They don't like the idea of you, if you are single, they don't like the idea of you being single because they're afraid that somebody's going to swoop right in and take you. This person also feels very envious because they feel like if somebody was to possess you or if something was to happen, it's like this person feels like it's almost like this person sees you kind of like as their precious, and this person doesn't want anything to happen to you, but this person also feels like this. It's like you make them very shy and you make them feel like they themselves isn't good enough. So it's like they're really wrestling with self-worth currently at this time. And so I want to say that this person wants to reach out because I feel like it is a very heavy thing, but I feel like this person is like they're gonna and then they don't, and then they're gonna and then they don't. And it's like they are, it's almost like they're trying to find any kind of distraction or any kind of excuse in the book to stay in a fantasy or to stay in a type of energy where it's like, okay, they still feel safe because they don't feel rejected, but they still feel like there's still a chance because they haven't made that chance. So it's kind of one of those in between states I feel like that this individual is currently in. So I feel like this person does watch your social media. This person does feel like you are very attractive. This person wants to talk to you, and it's like you put a smile on this person's face. So whenever they see you, they actually get really excited, or it's again, there's something here about like a physical reaction that this person feels every time they hear your voice or they see you, or they can smell, like maybe they like the way you smell. There's something about your physical traits that this individual absolutely loves. And I feel like you just bring some kind of peace and comfort to this individual. And I do get the impression that this person's in the process of working through their own issues because they want to be able to come towards you without having a whole lot of baggage or without having a whole lot of issues, because They don't want to put a bad taste in your mouth. They don't want to make your life more difficult than it already is. It's like this person wants to come in and they want to make a great impression towards you, and they want to be able to take a load off of you. So it's like they're trying to find ways to better themselves first before they approach you. So it's like this person is a little bit of a perfectionist, and so they might be overly thinking about something, overly planning something before they actually talk to you. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Bye.